Hi, and welcome to your Geology 101 lab. I wanted to give just kind of a brief overview about the course layout in eCampus so that hopefully you can navigate it and find everything you need. I'm Vicki Huffman. I mainly teach biology at Potomac State. I've been teaching since 2005, but I do also teach some other courses, and geology happens to be one of them. So within eCampus, if you click on the course, of course, these are all the courses I have. Your list will look a little different. So if we click on the lab, and you may be taking lecture with me as well, or you might just be in the lab, and either is okay. So whenever you log on to the course, I'm going to put myself into student view just so that we're sure I'm seeing the same thing you do. On the course home, you will see my announcements. I do post weekly announcements, if not more, to just remind you of things that are coming up that are due, but I may post additional ones through the week if there are questions that come up or, I find a mistake or anything like that. So make sure you kind of look through those. Those get emailed to you as well. So that's kind of our course landing page. Then for the first week, of course, you want to start here. So a little welcome from me, the syllabus. So you'll definitely want to download that and look through it regarding, all the different assignments that you'll have. There is a weekly schedule in there as well as posted for each week, but the grading and all of that is in there. So make sure you download that and look over it. All the different policies are here. There is a syllabus quiz that's on here. I don't use Respondus Lockdown for lab. If you're in lecture, you've had other courses, you probably do. But for a lab, we don't take a lot of tests, so you won't need Respondus Lockdown Browser for that. This is just meant as an assignment so that you're kind of looking through the syllabus, you're aware of the information. So that quiz is posted there. So that needs to be done by the end of the week. The rest of the semester is set up by weeks that you can see over here. So each week there's a different lab. So lab 1 or week 1 is the same thing. So the dates are listed there as well. So we'll go ahead and click on lab 1 for the first week. I do use open resources. So there are a couple different kind of online open resource lab manuals that I use. So you'll see a little variation throughout the semester depending on which I was pulling from. But for the most part, whenever you click on the PDF, there's also, it'll take you to or give you access to the online link as well. So we'll give this a second to download. So this is, again, that open resource. So this lab happens to be lab 2 for them. So though they may not always line up, our lab 1 and their lab 1 may be different. But if you click on any of these links, it'll take you to the actual online resource. So you can click on those and then you can move through all of the information that's on here. So this has the information that you'll need to kind of read through and learn. And then there are different activities that are on here. So if you click there at the top, you'll see the activities. And then there's a place in eCampus where you'll actually be uploading these. But there's access kind of in 2 different places. So you can get there however works best for you. So if we go back here, and pretty much each lab is set up the same way. Again, you'll have that information there as far as what you need to know. And then you'll have lab questions. And these will be based on those labs that are posted through those open resources. So you'll answer the questions there. But there also may be some activities. So drawing the contour lines that we were just at with the lab. What you'll need to do, depending on what resources or what you're comfortable with, there are a few different ways to complete those. So for this one in particular, if we click on it, the contour map, there's a link here to the file. So you are essentially going to be drawing contour maps, kind of connecting the dots almost with the different numbers to draw those contour lines. So you can either, print this out and draw it and take a picture of it to upload it. If you have, kind of a tablet or something or a pen, that you can draw directly on the screen and then save it as a file and upload it. It doesn't matter how you submit it, you just need to show that you can draw the contour lines and access that and save it some way as a file. And then you upload that here. So create a submission or upload files. So you click on that, open your file and submit it. And then you submit it by clicking down here. So again, upload a file to attach it and then submit it that way. Or you can save as draft if you need to work on it and you're not quite ready to put everything in. All right, so then there are a few different activities. Some weeks there may just be lab questions. Everything may be built into that. Other times you'll have the questions as well as a couple activities to do. And then there will also always be a lab discussion. So you will post there's a prompt. So you will enter your answer to those questions. But then you do need to post 2 replies. So find 2 other students, what they put, and you're kind of comparing your answers or contrasting what you were thinking or what you did. You're not just going to say, oh, that's really good, or oh, cool, or something like that. You need to demonstrate that you have read it, you have thoughts about what they put. You're not really grading it. Again, you're kind of comparing or contrasting. But if you do see a mistake or something that you're pretty sure is not right, you can point out those inaccuracies. Just make sure you do it respectfully. But again, the point isn't that you're kind of grading their work. You're just seeing what they thought, what they wrote, and kind of comparing and contrasting it to what you were thinking. So again, for each week, it's pretty much the same thing. Again, if we click on Lab 2, again, you have the new lab. That's the information that you need to learn and use to answer the questions. Those questions are provided there. And then typically there'll be an activity or 2 where you actually have to print out something or label something and then upload it. And then that discussion that goes along with it as well. Most important piece of advice that I can give you is to make sure you ask for help. As you see here, there are 13 different labs that we'll do. And in the last couple weeks, you can spend doing what's called a service learning project. That's kind of our grand finale, where you'll take something that you have learned from the course or something related to geology, and you'll come up with some type of service to do. So that is wide open. There are multiple options that you can do depending on what you like to do, but that'll kind of round out our semester. So we'll be talking more about that as the semester goes along. But I just want to mention it here in case there's something maybe you're involved with some kind of, whether it's a church group or like a 4-H group or something like that, or you're actively involved in something else. You may, as the semester goes along, you might have different opportunities to kind of incorporate geology, so you can use that with what you're already doing, or you might have to come up with your own activity to add to complete that. But you can click on that if you want to and learn more about it. But I just want to mention it so it's kind of in the back of your head to be thinking about. All right, I hope you enjoy this class and enjoy learning all the different things about geology. We'll be going through some rocks, some maps, and a lot of different activities throughout the semester.